F1 has taken further action against Russia, having already axed the Sochi Grand Prix from the 2022 calendar. F1 has terminated its contract with the Russian Grand Prix amid the country's invasion of Ukraine. The 2022 version of the race in Sochi had already been axed from the schedule, but this latest sanction goes considerably further, meaning the country will not host an F1 race at any track for the foreseeable future. In a released statement, F1 bosses said, Formula One can confirm it has terminated its contract with the Russian Grand Prix promoter, meaning Russia will not have a race in the future. Sochi was due to host a Grand Prix for the 9th time this September, before the venue altered to Agora Drive, near St. Petersburg, in 2023. However, that agreed switch has been cancelled following this latest announcement, with the country now entirely cut from F1's plans. With the death toll rising, more than 1 million Ukrainian civilians have fled to the border since Russian troops advanced into its neighboring country last Thursday, and since the conflict began, numerous sporting bodies have opted to impose sanctions on Russian and Belarusian athletes. Following their announcement to scrap the Sochi race, the FIA then met to discuss the future of driver Nikita Mazepin, after his Haas team confirmed they would be cutting ties with Russian sponsor Uralkali for the final day of pre-season testing and removing the color red from their car livery. They opted to allow the 22-year-old to continue competing, albeit under a neutral banner and now his national flag. It was also ruled that national anthems of Russia and Belarus would not be played at F1 events, and the flags of both countries would also be barred. Driver participation, however, was subject to specific commitment and adherence to the FIA's principles of peace and political neutrality. However, Motorsport UK duly contradicted that decision, by announcing that no driver from either country would be eligible to compete in the British Grand Prix at Silverstone this July. After a 100-year absence, F1 returned to Russia 8 years ago, with the race dominated by Mercedes, and mainly Lewis Hamilton, ever since. The 7-time world champion has won 5 times there, including in 2021 when adverse weather late in the race scuppered the chances of race leader Lando Norris, who had taken his first ever pole position at the circuit. On the 3 occasions Hamilton hasn't won, another driver from the Silver Arrows has, with Nico Rosberg prevailing in 2016 and Valtteri Bottas winning in both 2017 and 2020.
If